All right, look at number 1. It says 25 pi over 6. What's the instruction ask you to do? Change each radian and make it a degree. How do you know by looking at that number it's a radian number? It's got a pi in it, right? It's got a pi in it, it's a radian. Do y'all remember how to change it and make it a regular degree number? Times it by what? 180 over pi. Piece of cake. Plug it in your calculator, see what you get. That's how you do 1, 2, and 3. You need to write that down on your unit circle so you can have it for the test. Great idea.
You just write down, you don't have to subtract on it?
Nope. 25 pi over 6 times 180 over pi is, I got 750 degrees. So, Harlan's right. You can leave that at 750. On this section, it doesn't say you got to make it a smaller number or anything, so I'll leave it at 750. Now, if you subtract 360, it's 390. Subtract again. So if you put 30 degrees, I would have to give you credit for that too. But I would just leave it. All right, look at the next one. Number 2, negative pi over 3. All right, so this one you can either multiply by 180 over pi, or you can just find it on the circle. Because everybody should be able to find negative pi over 3 on the circle. If positive pi over 3 is up 3 points, go back to 0, negative pi over 3 is down 3 points. It's 300 degrees. All right, what do you get on that one if you, in fact, multiply by 180 over pi? You get what? Negative 60 would be okay too. I would accept either answer. Because if you look at it, negative 60, if you added 360, you would get 300 anyway. So I'll take either one of them. Y'all good? 2, 3. I just like looking them up on the circle. All right, 6 pi. Where is 6 pi at on the circle? Matthew says on the right, 0 degrees is your answer. What's another answer you could put? Well, you would have to do 6 pi times 180 over pi. That's 1,080 degrees. I would accept either answer. All right, question on 1, 2, or 3. All right, you guys should remember that. Let's go to 4, 5, and 6. All right, number 4 says 20 degrees. Now, they want us to change it back and make it a radian. They want us to give it a pi. So what do I times it by now? Instead of 180 over pi, we now times it by pi over 180. All right, Harlan's going to multiply that and give you the answer in his calculator. Nope, do it again. You're stealing his thunder. Yep, pi over 9. Good call. You must have typed it in wrong, Harlan?
No, just my handwriting's bad.
Oh, you couldn't read your handwriting. It's even worse. All right, so y'all do 5 and 6 the same way. 5 and 6, you could both look them up on the circle. I don't even think you'll have to times them. You do it either which way. We'll check them. Play soccer. All right, what does 5 say? 240 degrees. You can just look that one up on the circle. 4 pi over 3. And number 6 says negative 150. There's positive 150. So negative 150 is there. 7 pi over 6. Anybody got another answer you want to ask a question about on 5 or 6? Everybody okay? All right. 7, 8, and 9. What's the instructions asking for on number 7? What's it say? Reference angle. Do y'all remember how to do a reference angle? Matthew, you remember? All right, let me show you. Bob, just like this one, huh? All right, so on a reference angle, first thing, find where negative 150 is on the circle. Where is negative 150 at on the circle? All right, here's positive 150 right here. So negative 150 is right there. Reference angle just means how far away from the x-axis is your number. 210 minus 180 is 30 degrees. All right, that is all we're asking for on 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go. Do the other three and we'll check them. All right, let's see what we got. Number 8 says 330 is right here. How far away is that from 360? 30 degrees. Number 9 says 5 pi over 6 is right here, 150. How far away is that from 180? Are they all 30? Anybody got the last one yet? Let's check the last one. 7 pi over 4 is right here, 315. How far away is that from 360? Somebody subtract it. 45 degrees. All right, so really, guys, the first 10 problems tomorrow are going to be just like these first 10 of the test. That's easy stuff. No. No. All right, so I'm going to help you guys out on 11 and 12 just to make sure y'all hadn't forgot it. But we had a quiz on this last week, and most of you did pretty well. All right, number 11, cotangent of negative 2 pi. All right, so I want you to show me just one step. So let's see what you got to show me on this one. First, where is that on the circle? Negative 2 pi. It doesn't matter that it's a negative number. All you have to worry about is it odd or even. It's an even number, right? So all even numbers are right here. 2 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi, everything's right there. All right, so we're going to do cotangent, which is y over x. Nope, I messed up. Sorry. It's x over y. Cotangent's x over y. X first, I got 1 over 0. When 0 is below the line, it's undefined, or you can write no solution. All right, try 12. All right, so the next one is tangent of 5 pi over 3. 12, tangent, 5 pi over 3. All right, here's 5 pi over 3. Tangent's y over x, right? So I write my y down first. I flip my x. That's all you got to show me. All right, 2's cancel. My answer is negative root 3. Now, can I leave that as my answer as long as the square root's on top of the fraction? Yeah, you just can't leave it if it's on the bottom. You got to do the extra step. All right, so I'm going to let y'all finish through 26. We'll check the answers, and then we'll go to the back. All right, everybody first look at 27. Now, it's got a place for you to draw your triangle, but you really don't even have to draw your triangle on 27 if you don't want to. But some of you like drawing the triangle. You would go over 3, negative 4. Over 3, down 4 would be here. That would be over 3 and down 4. So if you want to draw the triangle, you do it that way. But when it's written like this, guys, with your x-coordinate and your y-coordinate, all you really have to do is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So when you type in 3 squared plus 4 squared, it's going to give you 25. What's the square root of 25? 5. This side is positive 5. Should that be a positive or a negative? It's the hypotenuse, so it's got to be positive. All right, Taylor, question on any of that right there? Over 3, down 4, which means this side is 3, this side is negative 4. Now we do it just like we did on the warm-up. Use your 6 formulas. For example, if the first one's y over r, your y-axis is negative 4, your radius is 5. Flip it over, it's negative 5 over 4. Recognize I leave my negative on top of the fraction. I don't put it on the bottom. Either way is fine. Now, I know the ones you'll have in the morning, you'll probably have fractions you can simplify. These would not simplify. Go ahead and finish out those 4 answers and we'll do the bottom.
You don't use these though?
Say it again.
You don't use these, so you make sure you use those.
Yeah, and the only difference is on these, Taylor, instead of y over 1, our radius now, for example, isn't 1 anymore. It's now 5. So we changed the 1 to an r.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with B. This right here.
That's what I got for.
Cosine x over r. X-axis is 3, radius is 5. Y'all stop me if I mess up. Tangent's y over x, so I got to put y-axis on top, x-axis on the bottom. Negative 4 over 3, and then flip it negative 3 over 4. Come on. spoke too soon.
You
Alright.
know, like, calibrate your board before you start working?
How do you do that? Show me.
I don't know.
I used to calibrate the old ones, but I didn't know you could calibrate this one.
I think you can.
It did this first semester, and after a couple weeks, it got better and better. I don't know.
Well, it's
It's
getting
been a
worse
couple
and worse.
weeks.
now.
No, it's getting better today because it didn't shut off first block. It's been shutting off every class. It went almost through first and second today. All right, so now let's go to 28. All right, 27, you don't have to draw the triangle. 28, you absolutely have to draw the triangle. No way around. All right, so this is pi over 2. This is pi. 3 pi over 2. 2 pi. 28, they got sine of x is negative 5 over 12. Alright, they got pi between x. Sine x, cosine x, tan x, cosecant x. Okay. All right. Taylor, notice they're giving you the answer for sine. You can go ahead and write it here. You can flip it and write your reciprocal here. So they are giving you 2 out of the 6 answers on this problem. Are we good? Remember, this is showing you where the triangle goes. They're saying put your triangle between pi and 3 pi over 2. It's got to go between these two. The triangle's got to go right there. All right, now we use our formulas. Look, if sine is y over r, 5 is your y, 12 is your r. So they're saying 12 goes here and your y-axis is here. Now make sure your signs look okay. Going down 5 is negative 5, hypotenuse is always positive. I think it's good so far. All right, now, I don't know if I messed up on this problem, but you get a really bad answer when you do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. We're going to do 5 squared plus b squared equals 12 squared. Hayes, when you did 12 squared minus 5 squared, what did you get?
I got 119.
Right, so the square root of 119 is your answer. Will that simplify if you type it in? No. Then we got to leave it square root of 119.
How'd you get 119?
12 squared minus 5 squared equals. Now, Matthew, I've messed up somewhere. I left something off. What did I leave off? It's going backwards this distance, which means that's a negative. And the only way you're going to know that is by looking at the triangle. All right, a question before I start writing my answers down. Taylor, you good? All right, so cosine is x over r. So that's negative root 119 over 12. Question. All right, so now look, we had a little problem here this morning. When you flip that and you got negative 12 over root 119, I put it in my calculator this morning, and you guys know how the calculator will normally simplify it for you? It wouldn't this one. I'm going to make sure again. Negative 12 on top over root 119, it gives you a decimal. Yeah, I don't want that. So here's the problem. That square root is so big, the calculator wouldn't simplify. So I'll just make sure I don't give you a big one on the test. But the answer is going to be negative 12 root 119 over 119. Write that down. I'll make sure on the test I give you one you can do in the calculator. I'll make the number small. On this, you don't have to because you're going to just punch it in the calculator. All right, tangent is y over x. So I got 5 on top, root 119 on the bottom. Where did my negatives go? Negative divided by negative is a positive, they cancel. Put it in the calculator, and it should be 5 root 119 over 119. Write that down. I got to show Taylor a step.
How'd you get rid of the negatives?
Sir?
How'd you get rid of the negatives?
It was a negative divided by a negative, so I just made it positive.
Oh, you can do it, okay.
All right, now look, here's the problem, Taylor. We do the reciprocal to find this one. So if I were to flip this, I would have 119 on top and 5 root 119 on the bottom. Well, that's not what you want because you're putting a square root back on the bottom. So go back and flip your first one in this situation. It'll be root 119 over 5. All right, bathroom break.